part of our national office, we get to do this really cool program that's called our management development program, right? And it really is to help, build future leaders within the organization. I spent 2 years in our national office in this program, and then you transition back into full client service. And so as I was coming out, I was approached by a partner who had this amazing opportunity with regards to a client of ours that was about to undergo a major business acquisition that would take them from being in 10 countries to suddenly being in 50 countries. And he approached me and said, Thalia, I want you to come and work on this project and lead this project as the lead manager. And I, quite frankly, remembered thinking, why me? Why am I capable of doing this? Am I capable of doing this? And I actually told him no quite a few times, right? I suffered from what has been termed this imposter syndrome of I don't think I'm capable of actually doing this. Quite honestly, lucky for me, he was determined and he just kept asking and asking and asking. And there were two things that struck the pivotal moment of me finally saying yes to him after months of him asking. The first thing that he did was, I remember after, one more conversation of saying no, I went to bed and woke up the next morning and he had written for me a pros and cons list of coming to work for him and working on such a major acquisition, right? And his name is Rajiv Basu. He had been a sponsor from that day forward. I just knew I needed to work for, I'd never worked for him before. From that moment, I knew he was someone that I needed to work with, I needed to work for, and he has been a huge sponsor of my career from that day forward, and that was in 2010. The second thing that I had just gone through we have a number of programs within our organization, part of the reason why I love Deloitte. And there was a specific program focused on women. And, there was this statement made during one of our sessions with regards to typically when a job is posted, if there are 10 individual pieces of criteria within that posting, women will look at it and they will say, I have to have 9 or 10. I have to meet 9 or 10 of these criteria in order to apply for this job, versus more times than not, men will look at it and be like, oh, I got at least 3 things on here. I will figure the rest out, right? And so for me, that was a triggering moment of, what have I not figured out in my career to this point? While I've never worked on anything like this before, I think that if I apply myself, and I obviously have the support of partners like Rajiv, I can do this. And so I said yes. And that decision was an absolutely pivotal change in my trajectory within the firm.